up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. Today we're talking about my two favorite Bile farms in 2024. Bile is an important resource used in Helminth to remove Archon shards and also place some of the best abilities in the game on your characters. So we'll be going over that today. This actually has become less annoying recently as DE has made it where you only need 30% Bile to remove a shard, unlike 50 before, but we'll go over that in a second. Before we do go over all this stuff, make sure you're subbed to this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. I really appreciate all the support recently, guys. Also, can you hit that like button as well? Let more people see this video and, let it be shown to more users of this game that can maybe use this information. So let's get right into it and go over Bile farming in 2024 and what I'd recommend to you as someone that plays this game a lot and basically what you can do to have a very meta-efficient time. So let's first show what Bile is used for, okay? Because there's a lot of returning players. Some of you guys might not know this. So for the Helminth system back here, the thing where you replace abilities in your frames and all that and put these Archon shards on, Bile is one of these resources used to do a bunch of different stuff. There is a limited amount of options for Bile here, and the ones we'll be showing you today are going to be Argon crystals and Void Gel orbs. There are some other ones you could farm for as well that might have a guide in the future, but we're actually kind of also going for nav coordinates in this strategy as well. So Void Gel orbs, nav coordinates, and Argon crystals. I think area scales could also be good in the future too, but this is not a guide on farming those. That's going to be involving fishing on Deviri. Also, ISOs and Ticker Plate can also work in Railjack, but like I said, this will only be a guide on Argon Crystals and Void Gel Orbs. So let's start going over that. I just show you. So I have so many Argon Crystals and so many Void Gel Orbs, I might as well have infinite Bile. So that's what I'm trying to show you guys today, how you can get infinite Bile, basically. Because look at this. One click of Bile right here is 10 Void Gel Orbs. Only 10 Void Gel Orbs. So I can literally waste a ton of Bile and not even care. So yeah, going for those will be important. Argon crystals are also good too, but those do decay over time. So as you can see, in 36 minutes, I will lose about 100 Argon crystals. So let's actually cancel feeding those Void Gel orbs, even though it's only 80, and give him some Argon crystals because every 24 hours they decay. So now that we've done that, we can remove our shards, no problem. We can take the shard off, not a big deal, just put it back on because we have so much Bile, we don't even care. So let's go ahead and show what strategies I recommend for farming these just day to day. So one of them is going to be, and it's the mission we were just doing in the footage, it's going to be Void Fissures, and for that matter, just any Void type mission. Argon Crystals from the Void tile set are going to be good for giving you Bile, as it's only 3 per click of Bile. And of course, you can feed them sentient cores to reduce the appetite or increase the appetite it wants for Bile and all that stuff, but we're not doing that today because that involves you have to farm sentients to do another thing. So nice and simple here. Just basically bring Neutron Star Titania, or you could bring a Box Breaker, Zaku or something, or Limbo, and then go to the Void, and preferably to the mission up like this. We're on Oxomoko right now. Oxomoko is a Void Fissure that we had randomly appear. It means that we can open up Neo Relics, and once we beat the Neo Relic mission, you'll see the reward screen here. We get either a Meso or a Neo Relic back. So we're not only opening a Relic, we got a Meso one that time, unfortunately. We're opening a Neo Relic, getting a Prime part out of it. We're getting a Meso Relic back, and we're also getting Bile along the way, too. Not to mention anything else. We're getting nav coordinates, too. So nav coordinates are Bile as well. So Void Fissures with Neutron Star Titania. I mean, we got 4 Titanias in our squad for a reason. Just saying. Actually, one of those might be a Gauss covered in the wings. Basically, speed run frames, go to the Void. I really recommend bringing a frame that can break open containers like this build I'm about to show you right now, and just run it on repeat. We probably ran this mission for 6 hours yesterday because there was just it kept appearing, basically. It's supposed to be RNG, but it kept appearing, so we just kept running it. So I'll be showing you my Neutron Star Titania. I've showed it a lot on the channel, but yeah, it's one of my most popular builds, I'd say. I mean, it's popular with me, too. I use it every single day, so yeah. Just a reminder, these shards have changed. If you have these new purple shards, it's Equilibrium shard now. So you don't need to have, you have basically 2 free Archon shard slots compared to before. Because I used to run 3 blue ones, now we got just 1 purple one and 2 free ones wherever you want. I usually put green shards there if I'm running Steel Path. On normal path, I don't even run shards in that slot. So you can put whatever you feel like there. More casting speed, more duration, more strength, etc., etc. But the idea of this is we're using the Null Star Augment from Nova. And we're also using the Helminth ability Null Star. Well, actually, the augment's called Neutron Star. So we bring the Null Star Helminth and the Neutron Star Augment. Lets us blow up our Null Stars mid-air. That will blow up boxes and lets us fly next to them and pick up all the Argon crystals. This is pretty much the full investment version of this build. If you don't have Arcane Steadfast, you don't have Arcane Energize, you don't have Archon Flow, which is actually helpful on this. You don't have, if you don't have all this stuff, you can make it work with lesser mods. It just won't be the same. But preparation, I would say, is pretty important as it lets you spawn with full energy. And yeah, the rest of the stuff is up to you. Now, as far as is this the most effective? I would say this is probably, actually no, because both the farms we got today are hybrid farms. I like to recommend things that are worth your time on this channel. This one's definitely really good because if you get a fissure, it is RNG. If you do get a fissure version of this, it is good for your plat and it is good for your resources too, because you're getting relic parts, you're getting relics back, you're getting you're getting worthless resources like ferrite that you don't really need, but you're also getting the bile that you might want to replace your shards, and yeah, mostly just like, Aya and prime parts from this farm. So let's move on to the other farm, and you tell me which one you think makes you more plat in the end, because you're both plat farms and bile farms at the same time, because like I said, don't want to waste your time. We want some good hybrid. I like myself a good hybrid farm. Get you multiple things at the same time. So now we've gone over the Argon Crystal farm. Just basically blow stuff up in the void. You could, of course, also do some other things too. Let's actually give the additional details on how you can min-max this more. So since the Argon Crystals are not a guaranteed drop, you can bring the blue resource drop chance booster, the one that increases the drop rate of rare resources. That will help you. Additionally, go into the relay for the MR30 relay buff to increase the drop chance of that will also help you as well. So you can do those two things to increase your drop rate of Argon Crystals. Let's just go ahead and show where those are. So the booster I'm talking about is this blue one right here, the blue resource drop chance booster, increasing the drop rate of Argon Crystals. You can also go for the resource drop amount booster, making it 2 Argon Crystals per drop. Additionally, bring your Smita Kavat. If you don't have a Smita Kavat, well, they're going to get nerfed pretty soon anyway, so please wait a moment to look at Count Kirby's build. Smita Kavats are getting nerfed. It's confirmed by the devs at this point. And they're so good that you don't need to have every mod slot filled in. So something like this, this is what I got right now for level 10,000. This will come into play very soon with a level 10,000, so I'm about to show you. So yeah, cats can give you, these Smita Kavats can give you double resources. They can also just randomly drop resources too. This guy can just drop an Argon Crystal for you for no reason. So fun stuff there. Make sure you got a Smita Kavat. If you don't have it, that's okay, because they're probably going to nerf it anyway, so. Not even probably, they will nerf it. Now, for the other farm, the one that can make you maybe even more plat than opening relics, is going to be Void Gel Orbs. What will Void Gel Orbs be dropping from? They'll be dropping from Zeramon missions, so you can take your pick of what Zeramon mission you want to run. As you can see, we ran a lot of Void Fissures yesterday. Take your pick from what Void Fissure you want to, or which you like to run, and here, I'm going to recommend to you Void Cascade. Yes, I know, another Void Cascade video on the channel. How many, does this guy got anything else he can talk about besides Void Cascade? Last Void Cascade video for at least the next 24 hours, guys, okay? In Void Cascade, not only is it the best Arcane Phosphor farm in the game, it's also potentially one of the best Bile farms in the game, too. Why is that? It's the Void Gel Orbs. These Void Gel Orbs drop from enemies, and they are Bile. Every 10 Void Gel Orbs is 1 click of Bile, and unlike Argon Crystals, they don't decay over time. So I'm sitting on about 12,000 Void Gel Orbs right now, and they all pretty much came from here. So do this. Now it's a different situation in a way, but you still want to bring your Smita Kavat. Make sure you bring your Smita Kavat, because a Smita Kavat can give you doubled up Void Gel Orbs, which means doubled up Bile. Also, bring all those boosters we were just talking about. Bring the blue booster to make the Void Gel Orbs drop more often. Bring the orange booster to get double the Void Gel Orbs per pickup. After you get, so they usually drop in like amounts of one Void Gel Orb at a time. With Smita Kavat buff and with the resource buff, you're getting 4 Void Gel Orbs per pickup. So at the end of this mission you're seeing right now is about a 3-hour mission. I'm not saying everyone has to do that. At the end of a 3-hour mission, I had about, 400 or 500 Void Gel Orbs. That's enough Bile for like a week, if that. Like maybe even longer. So yeah, if you can hang with the big dogs on this map, like there's a Void Gel Orb right there. So you will be getting some good Bile. You'll also be getting some good Arcanes too, hopefully if you got a mod booster. You don't need a mod booster for this. Again, this is a Arcane meta farming spot on 2 Volt Commons on the Steel Path, but if you don't have that, you can just run like a mobile defense or something. I wouldn't really recommend that overall. I'd say if you don't have like the gear to like blast away the Steel Path on this planet, just probably go back to Ukko or go back to the Void or whatever. If you're not a high enough level player to be doing this kind of stuff, you might want to just do something else, because it's really nice if you can just like breeze through this really fast, and you can keep your Smita alive preferably too. But yeah, it's more of a late game player farm right here. So I do have a full Void Cascade guide if you want to go watch them a couple days ago, guys. But frames that are really good for this, Revenant, Zaku, Octavia, other frames, Ash is good. Ash is good for this. Invisibility frames in general are good for this. Who's not good for this? Anaros. Unless you want to spam Vazarin and not be killing Thrax as quickly. But yeah, just basically the way that you get Void Gel from this is just kill enemies. Enemies will randomly drop Void Gel orbs. And I would not recommend really farming Void Gel orbs in other locations, such as bounty rewards. Like, a singular Void Gel orb is the bounty reward for some of these bounties, which I find ridiculous. Like, we're getting more than one Void Gel orb from an enemy kill. So yeah, don't try to be farming rotational rewards for Void Gel orbs. Just go for enemy kills on that. And as far as builds on farming this, I mean, I have so many builds for Void Cascade on the channel. Let's go ahead and just show the one I have in the video, or in the footage right now, just Zombie Revenant. I probably have like 3 videos on that now, but let's go ahead and show it. So, meant for definitely late game players. If you don't have Zeramon unlocked, Zeramon is unlocked for a late game quest too. So, if you're a returning player, you might even have the Zeramon unlocked, but I'll show you where it is on the star chart as well. So, Zombie Revenant right here shouldn't be changed at all from the video I put out like a week ago. So yeah. Energy. Oh, I didn't put on Corrosive Protection just to try that out. Corrosive Protection, Energy Nexus to give us infinite energy with Mesmer Skin and Nourish, and the rest of the stuff is personal preference. We got Vigorous Swap for big damage, although I wasn't hardly even using that. The rest of the stuff just quality of life and convenience. Augmented Precision, Amar's Anguish for more sprint speed and movement speed. So, the weapon I'm using to kill the level 10,000 enemies is a Dual Toxicist, very good. Doesn't even need a main mod because it's that powerful. And the rest of the stuff doesn't matter. Got Kirby to give me more loot. And the amp is the 147 Replock, Pod, and Certus amp. I know a lot of people ask me about that. I do it, like I said, I have a Void Cascade guide. It will go over all this stuff a lot more in depth if you want to check it out. It's from like last week. And that's the stuff I use for Void Cascade. Now, as far as where Void Cascade is, if you're a returning player, like I said, you might not have this planet unlocked. So the planet's over here, and the mission we're talking about is this one right here. So the enemies just dying will drop the Void Gel orbs, and they will drop them on other missions too, but we have a lot of kills going on in this mission. You could maybe try Mobile Defense. Mobile Defense maybe could spawn enough enemies. Exterminate might spawn enough enemies. Just nuking down Exterminate with Brahma shots could work. Or if you have a good bounty, a good Exterminate bounty could be like a good duo farm there. Get your rep, get your Void Gel orbs. That's how I'm going to recommend it to you guys. So that's basically it for the guide. There are other Bile farms in the game, like I said, but this is not a farming video on fishing. This is a video about the Void Gel orb farm, or the Bile farms I do in 2024. So, yeah, if you want to be sitting pretty on Bile, go ahead and do those strats, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you have any other Bile farming strats you like to do, let me know in the comments down below. The other ones I think that could be viable that I don't have in here, like I said, Argostone's about 350 Bile per click, I think, so that's kind of rough. So that's 350 Argostone per click. So unless you have like a lot of Argostone, if you played Deviri all the time, I wouldn't recommend that one. That's a lot per click. Anti-Serum Injector is about almost 1,000 per click, not worth. Argon Crystal only 3, that's great. 3,000 Chronic, not worth it. 250 Scales might be worth it because you can duo farm, or you can like full squad farm, you can share the resources, so maybe. Enigma Gyroms, hilariously no. Hemocyte Chrysalith, if you really just don't want to build a trophy ever, I guess you could do that. Railjack Resources, okay. Morphics, okay. Clearvo's Bane, wow, that's a lot of Clearvo's Bane for 1 click. Javlock Capacitor, no. Nav Coordinates, yes, those come from containers as well, so you can get those while you're doing the Argon Crystal farm. Omega Isotope, no. Oricon Cipher, no. Thermal Sludge. You could do that. This is the one I did in like 2020, but it does not feel as good anymore. Just do Void Gel Orbs instead. You can go to the go to Deviri, or not Deviri, go to Fortuna and use like a box breaking build to just blow up containers. Not really worth it anymore. Somatic Fibers, I guess you could make that, but no. Rune Marrow, 75 per click is kind of rough. Ticker Plate comes from Railjack, that's a decent one. Vein-Thorn, 40 Vein-Thorn for 1 click? What? Who picked that number? And then Void Gel Orbs the best, in my opinion. So yeah, Void Gel Orbs, Nav Coordinates, Argon Crystals. See you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace.